After border clash with China, India to continue strengthening ties with the U.S. and others. So this comes back to the previous article, the Bezos article. Continued investment from U.S. firms in India. How does this all shake out, right? You had a huge head start for China with the brands like Xiaomi and all the rest of it. And they were sort of setting up shop, doing really well, massive market share. Then a lot of things around the globe started to change, especially recently. And India was kind of in the center of this tech battle, in my opinion, east-west. The United States and China, if we're being honest, and where everybody else falls afterwards. And so you get into this situation where you have to start to side one way or the other with your decisions and approvals. And once the money starts flowing from the U.S. firms, and once the bans start happening with the Chinese firms, well, there's other things that come along with it, right? These are kind of baked in or early stage business-based alliances, which then lead to military alliances. Because what is the military going to do? It's going to protect its own investments, the investments of its citizens, of its big companies and all the rest of it. And it just sort of makes sense. It just strengthens ties. The more handshakes and elbow touches, it strengthens ties. So recently, they've been stacking jets on that border region and not necessarily increasing tensions, but just saying, hey, we're here. I'm talking on the China side. I'm talking on the Indian side. But China's got a military, dude.
Yeah.
You can quote me on that. A couple of people in China, some equipment. And I've been reading about this because it's interesting to me. They've been going back and forth on who's got the better jets. They say on the Indian side, they got these French-made jets. They say these things are fast and quick. On the Chinese side, I don't know. I don't remember if they got Russian jets or something like, or their own actually Chinese-built jets, and they're a little heavier, and they have different attributes, and they're kind of taking shots at each other. We got the better jets and all the rest of it. But the ultimate move is to say, well, yeah, our jets are all right, but we also got the U.S. and Japan's on our side, or Australia or whatever, and they just casually drop it. They just say, yeah, we're just tight. It's no big deal.
Chest beating.
It's a game of risk, Will. You roll the dice. You don't, I'm not going to fight you for a while. You're not going to fight with me. This other guy's our problem over here. Just roll the dice, and next thing you know, I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
It's the game of risk is happening in the real world, and it just has massive implications for tech. Because if these alliances are made and they have incentives on the local level, if they have incentives within India for these alliances to take place, then your regulation starts to open up.
Yeah,
and trade starts to open up, and you start to see more of the American brands making the investments that they've already started to make. Yeah. Because the American brands say to themselves, well, I'm protected too. I feel like this is the place to be. And so from a tech perspective, these types of political alliances can help you to forecast what's going to happen in the tech landscape there, or could potentially happen. However, all that aside, great products at great prices win. And like the last article showcased, no matter whatever extent we're at with these strategic alliances, hot sellers for smartphones on Prime Day, Chinese smartphones. So nothing talks like a great price, Will. I'll tell you what.
Well,
that'll hit you right in the pocket today.
Yeah.